Every relationship starts with butterflies, the excitement, the late-night talks, the thrill of discovering each other. We call this the honeymoon phase, and it feels magical. But here's the truth, that intense rush of passion doesn't last forever. Over time, comfort replaces novelty, routines replace surprises, and some couples begin to feel like they're drifting apart. But here's the good news. Just because the honeymoon phase fades doesn't mean the love has to. In fact, this next stage, if you nurture it properly, can be even deeper, more meaningful, and more lasting. So today, let's break down how to keep the spark alive after the honeymoon phase, and turn your relationship into something that only gets better with time. Part 1. Understanding the honeymoon phase. First, let's understand what actually happens. The honeymoon phase is fueled by chemicals in the brain: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. They make you feel euphoric, obsessed, and completely consumed by your partner. It's nature's way of bonding to people. But as months and years pass, your brain shifts. Those chemicals level out, and instead of excitement, you feel stability. That's why some couples panic. They think the relationship is dying. But in reality, this is simply the point where love matures from infatuation to intimacy. Keeping the spark alive doesn't mean chasing the thrill of the early days. It means building a deeper kind of passion, one rooted in choice, effort, and connection. Part 2. Prioritizing quality time. One of the first things couples lose after the honeymoon phase is intentional time together. Life gets busy, routines settle in, and suddenly, the effort you once put into each other fades. To keep the spark alive, you need to date your partner forever. Don't just live parallel lives under the same roof. Make time to share experiences, whether it's trying a new restaurant, going for a weekend trip, or simply cooking dinner together without distractions. It's not about the grand gestures. It's about the consistent little ones that remind you both why you fell in love in the first place. Part 3. The power of curiosity. Here's something most couples forget. Your partner is always changing. Their dreams, interests, fears, and even hobbies evolve over time. If you stop being curious, you risk growing apart. So, ask questions, not just, how was your day, but deeper ones like, what's something new you've been thinking about lately, or, what do you want to experience this year? Staying curious keeps the relationship fresh because you're not just assuming you already know everything about them. You're continuing the discovery process, even years later. And discovery is what fuels excitement. Part 4. Physical intimacy beyond the bedroom. When people hear spark, they often think only about sex. But passion is built on many layers of intimacy. Physical connection doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as holding hands, hugging longer than usual, or giving a random kiss during the day. Research shows that non-sexual touch is just as powerful for bonding as sexual intimacy. It signals safety, warmth, and closeness. So don't underestimate the power of small, physical gestures. They keep the connection alive even in everyday moments. Part 5. Growth as individuals and as a couple. Here's a big one. Nothing kills passion faster than stagnation. If you or your partner stop growing, life feels dull, and so does the relationship. One of the most powerful ways to keep the spark alive is to grow together and as individuals. That could mean taking on new challenges as a couple, like starting a project, learning a skill, or even setting fitness goals. It also means supporting each other's individual growth, whether that's pursuing a passion, advancing in a career, or exploring new interests. When both of you keep evolving, there's always something new to share, something new to admire in each other, and something new to experience together. Part 6. Choosing love daily. At the heart of it, keeping the spark alive isn't about luck or fate. It's about choice. Love in the long term is less about butterflies and more about daily decisions. Choosing to listen, choosing to forgive, choosing to show up even when life feels heavy. The spark doesn't disappear, it simply transforms, from the fire of passion to the steady flame of commitment. And when you nurture that flame, it lights up your life in ways the honeymoon phase never could. So don't fear the end of the butterflies. Instead, embrace the beginning of a love that's stronger, deeper, and built to last. If this resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. What's one small way you can reignite the spark with your partner today? Share it in the comments below, and let's learn from each other's love stories. And remember, keeping love alive isn't just about passion. It's about effort, consistency, and growth. The same principle applies to your personal goals. Most people start with excitement, but along the way, they lose momentum. If you want to understand why so many people fail at their goals, and more importantly, how you can be the one who succeeds, then click on this video right here. Why 90% of people fail their goals, and how to be the 10% who succeed. It's a game changer, and it ties perfectly with what we talked about today, because whether it's love or life, success comes to those who keep showing up. I'll see you there.